Arceus Flying Pikachu might have won NAIC, however, is there a way to improve it? Can we make that deck even better? Hey everybody, Nick from 9Card TCG, and today we're going to be looking at the NAIC winning deck and playing a variant of it that could be better. I don't know if it's going to be. It probably won't be if we're being super honest, but it's always worth a try, right? There's nothing wrong with going ahead, editing a deck, playing it on the ladder and seeing what it's all about. Seeing maybe there is a case use for this over something else. Only one way to find out. But before we do, if you haven't already, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, leave a like and a comment. Those things tell YouTube this is a good channel and other people should watch it. If you're in the market for some TCG accessories, I'm affiliated with Dragon Shield. You can just link in the video description below to get so much and check this out. Okay, cool. That's and a YouTube member if you want to do it. I guess that's cool. But really, none of that matters. Just you being here watching is enough for me. Now, with all that said, let's head over to PTCGO where we can take a look at this different Arceus Pikachu deck. Arceus V-STAR is usually the star of the show. Trinity Nova is just super good. 3 colorless energies, 200 damage. Search your deck for 3 basic energies and attach them to your Pokemon V in any way you want. Being a 280 health 2 prize Pokemon that can hit really hard and accelerate energy and has a once per game ability that lets you search your deck for any 2 cards you want, still has a retreat cost of 2 so you can get free retreat with Air Balloon. I mean, what more could you ever want from a card? We are going to be pairing this with Flying Pikachu VMAX. Now this is, I know, normally not a particularly great card, however, it's pretty good in this particular meta. Max Balloon for a lightning and 2 colors does 160 damage, and if you use this attack, your opponent can't damage this Flying Pikachu VMAX with a basic Pokemon. So during your opponent's next turn, prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks from your opponent's basic Pokemon. No Blissey, no Miltank, no Raikous, no Regis, no Lunatone Solrock, no anything that's a basic Pokemon cannot hit Pikachu. So you do of course have to worry about opposing Flying Pikachu VMAX, you just have to worry about opposing Arceus V-Stars and Palkia V-Stars, but Palkia will likely not take a one-shot on you, and you will be one-shotting Palkia even if they have a big charm attached, because 160 times 2 is 320, so really useful. The thing that makes this a little bit different from Azul's Arceus Pikachu deck is that played the Beedrill line, and we are playing Inteleon. We are doing a 3-3-1 Shady Dealing Inteleon line, so 3 Sobbles, 3 Shady Dealing Inteleon, and 1 Shady Dealing 3 Sobbles, 3 Shady Dealing Drizzile, and 1 Shady Dealing Inteleon. I had to get that right. What makes this different is we are using the single strike Beedrill with the Persist Sting attack. Now, I know what you're going to say, Nick, there's not enough special energy to warrant this, and you're right, which is why we don't have to use it if we don't want to. But do keep in mind that Beedrill can still be a nice 1 prize attacker to help offset the prize trip. We do have Inteleon for the same purpose, but, you know, we can use Beedrill for just 1 energy instead of having to Raihan and attach for turn to, say, like Inteleon or start setting up the previous turn. We can just Beedrill. And if our opponent is playing, say, Mew, or they are playing Palkia with a Capture Energy, or Azul's Pikachu deck that has a Capture Energy, and they don't know it, opposing Arceus decks that are playing Double Turbo Energy, if they don't know the Beedrill's coming and they attach that energy, there you go, you got it. And now you can use Persisting, Rapid Strike Energy. If they don't know what's happening, they come in and take a Gale Thrust. Well, now you come in and take 3 prizes of your own. So that's kind of what this thing is for. The rest of the deck is geared up pretty similarly to a regular Arc Bees deck. We have a bunch of Pokemon search in the form of Quick Ball, Ultra Ball, Level Ball, Evolution Incense, Pal Pad to get back supporters, Ordinary Rod to get back Pokemon and energies, Energy Search to find said energies, Training Courts will help us recover energies as well. We have choice belts, so we can do a little bit more damage, and air balloons, so we can move cards around. And then we just have a bunch of supporters. 2 boss, a Cheren's Care, a Marnie, Research, Raihan, and a couple of single strike mustards to make the Beedrill play happen. Something to note about single strike mustard. You can only play this card when it's the last card in your hand, and then if it is the last card when you play it, search your deck for a single strike Pokemon and put it directly onto your bench. Then draw 5 cards. 2 important pieces of information. 1, you can only play this if it's the last card in your hand and you have an open bench space. 2, you do not have to get a Pokemon to draw 5 cards. You just have to be able to play the card and then search your deck for one. So if both of your Beedrills are in the discard or prized, or you don't even want to put one down, say you don't want to put an extra Pokemon for Palkia, you don't have to get it, you just have to search for it, because technically your opponent does not know how many single strike Pokemon you play. So even if you're playing, both of your Beedrills are in the discard pile, and that's public knowledge, it doesn't matter. Your opponent technically doesn't know that you only run 2 single strike Beedrills, so you get to search your deck, and then you just shuffle it up and draw 5 without having to get a card. So important to know. Some Lightning Energy, Grass Energy, Double Turbo Energy. That's the whole deck. Let's go and see how it does. Going into game number 1, let's see what we can pull out. And we win the coin flip, which is nice. We want to go first. We want to be able to evolve those Sobbles, Arceus, etc. So this is a pretty okay hand. I'm actually kind of... we can put the Pikachu in the active because it has free retreat. So just to see what we're against. We're going against another Arceus deck. I'm okay leaving this in the active. I don't think it really matters too much, because they're likely just going to go ahead and Trinity Charge anyway, or look to Trinity Charge, so not super worried about them attacking. And there is a chance that we make a Beedrill play happen this next turn. So we can... they're playing Flying Pikachu as well, but I think they're going to be doing the standard version. We're going to get Marnied. That is... Of course we get Marnied when we had a pretty good hand to make a persisting Beedrill attack a thing. And it ain't looking like we're going to do it now. So... best case scenario is a... we need an Ultra Ball, or a Marnie, or a Research, or something. We get a Grass Energy, that's not helpful. Well, that Marnie was super brutal. So, nothing we can do. Best case scenario, they attack this Arceus V, and then maybe we can I mean, they're just going to boss up this Pikachu and KO it. There's no way they don't. We would have been okay. We would have been fine if we didn't get Marnied. But there's no way they don't go Choice Belt or Zigzagoon boss KO this Pikachu. It would be impossible. And then we probably lose because we have 0 options. No draw, no nothing for the next turn. So, Marnie, even though we looked like we were in a really dominant spot. There's that capture energy we mentioned earlier, by the way. We looked like we would have been in a pretty good spot. No. There's... the Pikachu, I mean, they could just retreat into the Flying Pikachu and take a KO. And then this Arceus can't even hit it. So they knock this out. Yeah, there's just nothing we can do. Let's try one more game. I don't know what's happening. Our opponents are either just conceding right away. I don't know if the Pikachu scaring them off or whatever. They're just playing something that takes a really hard matchup to it. But we lose the coin flip here. We would like to go first, and we do. Do we get an we get an Arceus and an Energy. The rest of the hand is extremely sus. I don't like that I said sus. If we can top deck like a Marnie. No, we get a Pal Pad. We're going against Reggie. It's not ideal. Because they, in theory, could knock out this Arceus and win. There's a chance they can do it if they can get a Regirock to attack. Then they win. Because that hits for 240. So, we'll see what ends up happening. It would be... They would be wild if they... Okay, yeah. They got the Registeel. Now they're going to be able to get the Regidrago. And we'll see what else they do. I would not mind if they Marnied them at all. This hand is abysmal. So, it's just the way it goes sometimes. You just hit everything that's not draw or, search. So, unless we top deck a draw supporter or an Ultra Ball, we're in a decent amount of trouble. Luckily for us, there's the scoop up net on the Regigigas. Now they'll be able to draw a couple more cards with Drago because the Dragon's Horde ability, which is one of the things that makes this deck possible. But we'll see if they can piece together the other two. They still have to get the Gigas himself and the Rock. And they don't. We get an Ultra Ball. That is huge for us. We can get rid of a Lightning Energy because it's going to be good for later. And we can get rid of a Choice Belt because there are no Vs in our opponent's deck. And of course we're going to get the V-Star. We'll play the Training Court just because. And we'll get a Starburst here. I think we definitely get a Flying Pikachu. Do we get a Flying Pikachu V? Or do we research? Our other Pikachu VMAX is prize, so we cannot research here. So I think our best bet is double turbo Flying Pikachu. Flying Pikachu probably. They didn't play a supporter last turn, so I don't want to Marnie them into something new. And we'll use a Training Court just to get an energy back, just to have. And then we can Trinity Nova KO this. And we'll go Lightning, Double Grass. I want to try to keep the Lightning energies in the deck. Just in case we have to do this again. Gotta try again. I don't want to have very few energies. Another Flying Pikachu V. So there we go. That's good in case this one does get boss KO'd. Though it's unlikely that it will. Simply because, I guess they could escape rope. That would be a problem. But they don't. They attach for turn. They would have to scoop up net or escape rope and then commit to the Regigigas in order to knock out this Flying Pikachu. And did they just discard a scoop up net? They did. Wow. There's the Gigas. They have to have something in their hand. And they don't. Oh boy, that's good for us. That is fantastic for us. So we'll just go ahead and evolve here. We can retreat. We'll get rid of that double turbo. And we are just set to max balloon for as long as we need. So now they have to escape rope boss in order to attack and damage this Flying Pikachu. Cannot be hit by basic Pokemon. Seeing as how it didn't do much. I guess technically they could. No, they can't even use Regigigas. Because it's still a basic Pokemon. So the Gigaton Break attack, which would KO this Pikachu, will do 330 damage. They wouldn't be able to do without Escape Rope Boss. So, I don't know what's in their hand. But I do want to start to set up a second Flying Pikachu just to have. So they're attaching to the Regigigas. They still need that other Regi. Oh, there's the Regice. They already Dragon's Horde. It looks like they don't have a supporter. I don't see why they would play it. Wouldn't play it if they had it. So they're committing to the Regigigas. Very interesting. Let's go ahead and start to, we'll attach here, I guess, and then just max balloon again. And we'll take our third prize, Training Court. We have the Ordinary Rod to get this Flying Pikachu back if they do manage to boss KO or escape rope boss KO. But I don't think they realize that they can't attack this Pikachu. They used Stormy Mountains to find a Drago, presumably, and it failed. So that's not good. And they have nothing. They have nothing in hand. That's it. This is game over. It has to be. I'm gonna knock this out, and they have no way of finding 2 of their Regis after this, unless they magically top deck a research or something. But then I'm still in really good shape to win the game. I take this KO, go down to 2 prizes. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that there's nothing they can do at this point. I don't know what they're taking their time for. But they just, yeah, nothing they can do. Do we have any energies in the discard? We don't. So we just max balloon. See what they do. I don't know that there's anything that they can do. We get a Beedrill, not particularly helpful. I mean, it could be in this matchup if we needed to offset the prize trade, but in this scenario, with the large hand size that I have, and virtually no way of finding anything, I have no search. Not super helpful, but it could be really useful to discard, like a Quick Ball or an Ultra Ball or something. So they go ahead and get a second Regigigas, assuming that this one will get KO'd. We might as well be able to put we'll put a belt on there. That's fine. And now, no matter what they do, we just win because we have 2 attackers set up. There's our second Flying Pikachu VMAX. So they could KO this thing, and I would not care. If they do escape rope, they boss. Sure, I have free retreat. And that is game. So there you have it, Arceus Flying Pikachu Beedrill. Is it more consistent than Arceus Bidoof Flying Pikachu? Probably not. Do you get some different versatility out of it, being able to persist Sting, more easily take or use a single prize attacker, which I don't think the other deck even has. You kind of rely on Phoebe to get through things like Miltank, even though it's not particularly popular at the moment. You have a single prize attacker to help offset the trade race, prize trade race. You do have a single prize attacker that can take care of any Pokemon that has special energy attached to it, double turbo energy, Arceus, capture energy, whatever. And then the Flying Pikachu, of course, is good for dealing with Palkias, Regis, Lunatones, as you saw in that last matchup. But let me know what you think in the comments below. I definitely want to hear it. And that's going to do it for us today. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, found it informative. If you did, do all the stuff I said before. Check out the links in the video description. There's a link to my Twitter and Discord as well. And yeah, I will see you next time.